All right, it's April 21st, 2018. Just going to do a little project on the boat this weekend, and just thought before I start, I'll talk about how Humminbird Ethernet works and the types of cable scenarios. So these are two Helix units. That's a Helix 9, and that's a Helix 7 G2N SI. So these two are both network as well as the trolling motor. And as I've said in previous videos, you need the Ethernet switch because this constitutes three devices, right? We have a trolling motor, that's networkable. We have a fish finder, and we have that one in there. It's got a dirty windshield, got to clean it off. Okay, so I do have the Ethernet switch, and it's a rat's nest in here, but basically I got a fuse block here, and you can see my Ethernet switch is right here. Now, I did not use, coming off the trolling motor, as I've said before, I did not use the extension cable for the trolling motor. So this, let me see, nope, that's the fish finder. Sorry, let me find this cable. Got it. So one of these two cables is the Ethernet cable. I believe it's this thicker one here. Yeah, this thinner one is the universal sonar. So this, yep, you can see that Ethernet switch plugged right in there. No extension cable needed. So you get that much length and it reaches, as I've said before. Now, this, well, actually it doesn't reach, but I could put the Ethernet switch up on top here and it would reach. But it's, as I've said, it's not going to make the connection. I'll unscrew this and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So this is the 5 to 8 pin dongle that you need on the back of your unit. Now I have that single plug. This is a Helix 9, so it's got the quick disconnect. Okay, it unplugs a bunch of cables at a time. This cable, however, does make the connection, and on the other end, this is a female to female cable. Okay. On the other end, it's plugged into the Ethernet switch. Let me take that Ethernet switch out once. Eventually I'll screw this down, but it's not really that important. They make these things real. Okay, so you can see, I don't know if you can see that. Let's see, where is it? Right here. So this is a male connection with pins. So even if, I got so many cables, so even if this thing would reach, and this is, again, this is that 5 pin to 8 pin dongle that you absolutely need, not an option on Helix units. This isn't going to connect. Okay, so you can see pins here, and you can see pins, where is it? On this last port here. These are all male pins. Okay? There you can see it. That won't connect. You need a female to female, and you can just get the shortest cable you possibly can, because this is up in the bow and my Ethernet switch is right here. Same concept if it were in the console. Now, the only reason why I would need an extension cable though for the trolling motor is, again, is if it didn't reach. So it already reaches here, but if I had to run, if I'm connecting this to a single Humminbird, remember I don't need the Ethernet switch. If I'm connecting it to this, well, then I can just use this right off my trolling motor. And this, let me show you. Unscrewing it. They use different Ethernet types of connections on a boat because they try to keep it dry. They don't use the RJ45s, but if you peel back the cable, you'll find that it's exactly the same. Okay, so you can see female ends can plug into the Ethernet switch. Okay, so this is off the trolling motor. Now if I try to run this to the console, this is as far as I will get, okay? So that's where you need the extension cable that comes with the trolling motor. Now, let me just tell you one little mistake I made. I ran a female to female Ethernet cord. I can't remember which one of those it is. Under the gunnel, okay, along with 2 power cables. And what I did is I actually glued it to the point where there was I gave it all kinds of slack on this side, but I did not give it enough slack on this side. So guess what I was able to do? I was able to use the extension cable that came with the trolling motor just to extend it 5 feet. You know, of course I got a lot of extra slack in there, which I tucked away. So as I was saying in another video, your extension cable, that extension cable that comes with the trolling motor, the male to female connection can actually be an extension cable for your female to female cable. Because I made that mistake not giving me enough slack on this side. So therefore I was able to extend that with that cable, so I lucked out. So yeah, so that's basically what I have going on under there. You can't see it. And see, I got an external antenna. I'm trying to look for the 5 to 8. I don't have enough slack back there, but basically that also has a 5 to 8 pin dongle. So I hope that helps anyway, understanding the connections. Just remember that the trolling motor does not need an extension cable if it reaches the switch or if it reaches the Humminbird or whatever you're trying to connect it to. You only need that male to female extension cable if you're running something up to, say, maybe to the console, or if you have a tiller to the back of your boat. And it'll make that run.